Hi guys, welcome to episode 5. This episode I'm going to do some yard work outside and then I'll take you indoors for a small update and a repot of another one of my ficus. So let's get started. So before I tear everything out, I'm going to try to harvest some gooseberries and see what I get instead of wasting it. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff that fell during storms from before, and I'm just gonna bury all these, and they basically sow themselves. Next year they'll grow by themselves. I'll just have to kind of pick which one I want to keep from all the seeds. So let's see. Yeah, so stuff like this, these are all good to go. So the growing season actually, it's not long enough in Canada, right, where I live in Ajax, Ontario. So you're gonna get a lot of these unripe fruits that basically just kind of goes to waste, and you have to wait till next year until they grow again. But if you're gonna start these seeds by yourself at home, I would suggest you start them early. Indoors, and then bring out the seedlings afterwards, so you get a much better harvest. Yeah, there's so much that what could have been. But you can still go through and pick some stuff up before the winter. Right there. This one right here. Yeah, not that much. I mean, these things basically stop growing as soon as you hit September or mid-September. Unless you get a really warm September, you might get more becoming ripe. Oh, there's so much here. Yeah, I mean, look at all these. They could have all been ripe if I had more time. Okay, I'm just gonna take them out. Yeah. All right. I've just noticed potatoes in the ground. There was a plant here. I forgot about it. It was covered by all the gooseberries and tomatoes. But it looks like this one grew. I didn't really think this will grow anything because of the location it was in. The soil isn't that good here. It's kind of hard, but it still grew. Oh, this is a big one. A couple of potatoes, but that's probably it. Yeah, if you plant potatoes in the ground, you better have some loose soil, like well draining loose soil. Is that a worm? No, it's a bug. Okay, this is as big of a hole as I'm gonna go. I would love to go deeper, but up here clay. This stuff, you need a machine. It's very unpleasant to dig, but it's about a foot deep, some places 1.5 feet. I think it'll do for now. I'm gonna get all the stuff that's bare underneath, put it in here, and topple over the dirt. Okay, I'm exhausted. I'm finally done. Buried as much as I could. But as you can see, there's still some stuff on the surface. I don't have enough dirt. The other side has stuff underneath as well, so I'm not gonna touch that. But you know, it is what it is. Whatever is buried, that's good. They can decompose, and the stuff on top will just slowly wither and decompose by itself. Probably all they're gonna be there next spring. Probably all dried up, which I'll flip it underneath the soil afterwards. But yeah, let's take a look at the trees. No color change on any of these trees. I think it might be because this is the north side. And I don't get enough sun here. Now that the season has changed, even the afternoon sun is like only a few hours. All these buildings over here blocks most of the sun. The sun is actually over in that direction, so it only gets, once the sun gets low, it'll actually get here. So that's why I think it's not turning red. I know you need the sun for the leaves to turn, or at least we'll make them turn faster. So yeah, everything is just there. The sapling maple, the Japanese maple, looking really, really nice. It's got a nice thin trunk. It's got a little bit of a curve, There we go, it's a little bit of curve. It looks good. I like it. I really like this small one. Yeah, okay, so that's it for the outside. I gotta take a break. I'm tired. All right, I'm upstairs now. Just to give you an update, the hibiscus is still flowering. There's a whole bunch of bulbs that's about to open, and it just lasts a couple days, and the flower withers, and the new one comes up. But yeah, it's looking good. It's growing well. And I made a small upgrade to the aquarium. I layered a thin layer of gravel at the bottom of the tank, because I figure it's going to be another at least 6 months before these can go outside, and I need something that the roots are going to grow out of the bottom on some of these pots, and I don't want to repot them all the time, So I figured let them grow in the gravel a little bit, and then I could trim the roots at the bottom of the pot every probably a couple months. So that's what I did. Now we're going to repot another ficus that I have. I have so many of them, but this one's in a really small pot, and it's not growing as well as the others. So I'm going to repot it into a bigger pot, and hopefully that'll grow better. And for all these ficus that I have, I think I'm going to make some of them big ones and some of them small ones. I just haven't decided which, but yeah, I have to make them into different styles, hopefully, so I can kind of enjoy, and try out different styles of trees and bonsai styles. Okay, so let's repot this ficus. Okay, so I'm gonna try to change the camera angle to this so it's closer to the plant, and I'm actually using a new app, so hopefully it'll be better. There was a problem actually I found when not the app itself, not the photo app, but when I was exporting the video and putting all these segments into a full video, I noticed the video has a sound gets desynced. So I looked up what the issue is, and there is a fix for it, so I'm going to, hopefully this time when I do it, the sound isn't desynced. If it is, I'm going to try to fix it, instead of just uploading. I didn't really notice it before. I thought it was just the program, but apparently something is up. So let's see if we can take this out. Oof. Nope. Okay. There we go. That's just the yogurt pot. I'm going to put it into this actual pot plastic, small but much bigger than the yogurt pot. And I think I'm just gonna leave it in here for the rest of the fall and the winter, and maybe next summer I'll pot it maybe, but I'll probably just trim the roots and keep it small for now. So separate this. Well, at least it's pretty easy to clean this up. So yeah, this one, the roots doesn't look as good as some of the other ones. Not that it's not that good, it's just it hasn't grown as much, which is why the plant hasn't been growing as well as the others. So hopefully this repot is going to help with that, and we'll pump some life into this ficus. All right. I'm just going to put a little bit of rainwater, trying to wash the roots a bit. This is a plastic lid for my worm bin. I have two of them, so I'm going to use this for a tray. I think it's a much better idea. It's plastic, and I can clean it fairly easily. Okay, so I think that's okay. So this soil I'm probably not going to reuse for this. I'll keep it for something else. You know, it's still usable. But I'm going to use my newly sifted bonsai soil. So let's see. The direction of the roots are pretty good. You know, they're all nice and spread. I'm just going to trim this long one. A couple long ones. Yeah, we're good to go. There is a root pretty high on the plant, on the tree, which I'm going to take off for now. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to repot this. Probably sitting about that high, just underneath the lip. I'm actually going to use the same mesh because it's big enough. I mean, this pot, the bottom hole, it's not that big, but I think it'd be easier if I just use this. Yeah, we don't have a proper mesh. Sometimes it gets tangled up, it's hard to put in, but you know, just working with it, we'll get it in eventually. So this mix that I basically sifted out a lot of the really fine particles of soil, of compost, so now it's more grainy, better for draining. I found the mix that I had before there's too many small particles of very fine dirt, basically compost, and I wanted to get rid of that so that it's more grainy, like what it is now. So I think that's a good height. The roots are already very spreading out in a radial pattern already. So I'm just gonna work it in. I've also noticed when I repotted the last couple ones, in my last ficus, actually the last time the ficus, I kind of not rushed through it, but I just didn't think enough, I guess. I didn't really pick the front of the tree, even though right now I'm not too worried about that. I'm not concerned about the front because you know, this is still really small, and I'm going to eventually repot it again into a official bonsai pot. But I think it's good for me to at least think about it. That way I can get into the habit of you know, thinking about everything I need to do when I repot instead of just repotting. So the roots was pretty flat, so I don't think I need to work it in that much. I'm just making it settle in a bit. I think that's good. Just making this a little bit even. So I think that's good. Let's water this. It's coming out the bottom already. Okay. And I want to put this back in the aquarium, and I'll give you an update on the whatchamacallit, the lychee tree. Okay, so this is the lychee trees, the two, and as you can see, there's another leaf or branch sprouting out from the top for both of them actually. So even though that's a small, you know, it's a small thing, but it's pretty exciting for me. I love watching these things grow, especially when they're small and they're becoming bigger. And also this made me realize that this thing is probably going to get fairly big, you know, in the coming month. Just think about how long it will be until spring. Most likely this thing will outgrow the container. And I'm going to have to think what to do when that happens. Maybe I'll trim it back a bit. Maybe I'll have to upgrade a light. Maybe get like an actual grow light that's, you know, hanging up in the ceiling, and then I can take them out of and then I can kind of get away from the aquarium, so this can come out. But I'm not sure yet. So yeah, but yeah, I mean, the both trees sprouted about the same time, and it seems that the growth is about the same as well. I don't know why, but I thought they would be a little bit different, you know, not the exact same, but I guess the environment is the same, the amount of water that both trees are getting are the same. So, you know, everything's the same. I guess the growth is the same as well. But yeah, everything else is growing pretty well. The Schefflera is fine after the repot, and this Ficus after the last repot is fine as well. So yeah, everything's looking good. That's it for today, guys. Thank you for joining me. See you next time.